What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So finishing up today, $7,100 in the green. After commission, it's $6,500. What we have coming up for you are some live trades. What you're going to see in the live trading video is actually me losing on the day. So all of the trades that I actually recorded during our trading session, most of them were red trades. I went a little aggressive today. Maybe it was a long weekend. Maybe I was antsy to trade. I've been having a really good month. So I did make a couple mistakes early on today. Timing entries wrong with too big of size, which made it a little bit harder for me to manage my initial trades when I started the day. But all in all, we ended up, making it a green day. It was a little aggressive, probably a little more aggressive than I needed to be. So hopefully we can go through the rest of this week hitting consistent green days. So overall, we ended up finishing the day, like I said, at $7,100. I was green, $94 on HIHO, green, $576 on AQMS, green, $726 on DBW, green, $193 on AWX, green, $500 on CLWT, green, $285 on HYRE, green, $734 on FPay, green, $221 on BTU. I was red, $1,300 on NEO, which I think was actually up to a $5,000 loss at one point. I was red on VSPR by 30 bucks, green 7,500 on BTBT, and red 2,300 on Fubo, which I went a little aggressive on, but you're going to see how that trade all panned out in the live video coming up. So I hope you guys liked the video. Hope you learned something new. Our holiday, Christmas, New Year's Eve sale is currently going on. I will post all the links to the discounts for our trading room, scripts, and course in the description below. So if you guys are interested, feel free to check that out. Live trades coming up. So we're in long Fubo, 300 shares. We'd love to see the price back up to 41 and maybe through 41, because again, that would tell me we're kind of reclaiming the 4-hour trending resistance point. Again, 4-hour trending resistance is at the price of 41.07 kind of area. Gonna add some short on BTU here. So added some shares short on BTU. I'm in 900 shares short. So far, the trade's working. Back over to Fubo. Yeah, Fubo is, trying this resistance, that 41 resistance, right? We're kind of sitting on it. Do think we have the potential to get up and through that. That's where the bigger gain would come into play. There go the sellers off that 41 so far. So that's the first attempt to break, which means we normally wouldn't break. So everything happening on Fubo makes 100% perfect sense. We shouldn't break resistance first try. The goal would be to see this pullback hold and then move back up to the 41 and then through 41. There's Fubo struggling. And we hit the 41. Didn't want to break up. Well, yeah. All right, so we're going to close out a Fubo here. Pretty sure, just because it's not doing what I want it to do in the immediate. So closed out Fubo. We had a bigger trade than obviously we locked in. So just closed out Fubo, made 44 bucks. Couple hundred, we couldn't break through the 41 price. You know, if it comes back, goes to the 41, that'd be great. But yeah, I mean, that rejection is pretty solid so far on that. It's a bummer. Would have been nice if that really broke. You can see, I mean, you can still see, Fubo is kind of fighting around, it still hasn't really broken down our, mapped out support. We're still kind of going back and forth. Might retrade Fubo if we can kind of get a break through the 41 price. And I'm debating what I want to do with this BTU. BTU, it looks like it's about to sell down. There we go. Very good. Starting to close some on BTU. So pretty much all out of BTU. Putting Fubo back on my order entry window. Yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger on the long with Fubo, but it does kind of look like it's shaping up for the buy. All right, I'm adding long Fubo. I went long 2,000 shares. I figure we're going to go for a breakout move here. So long Fubo, as we kind of broke over this 41, I'm long 2,000 shares. Okay, hold the breakout. That's the goal. Yeah, Fubo's over the 41. Yeah, it'd be nice. Maybe we get Fubo up closer to, like 42. Oh, still struggling 41 on Fubo. So in the long 2,300 now in Fubo. And we want to get successfully through this 41 and a hold, and it should work. And we could go through a snap candle here, which would really suck. Yep, so there's a snap candle. So fail 41 again. What to do with you? Yeah, this might be the loser. So essentially, Fubo just fell back to intraday trend. So I'm going to give it a second. A good chance we kind of bounce here. So this will be kind of it for me. If we can hold trend here on Fubo, yeah, that's basically it. Just looking to maybe hold this trend and reverse and move back into the long, try and get it over 41. And if not, then I'll just take the loss, and that's going to be it with good old Fubo. Yeah, starting to fail that trend. Definitely see buyers stepping in, but is it enough? Doesn't look like it's enough yet. So prices on Fubo would need to reclaim $40.20 for us to kind of, feel somewhat comfortable in this move after this drop. So we want to see prices like 40.25 reclaim. ACY is kind of pumping up a little bit right now. So candles slightly holding over the trend we would need for right now. So we'll see how this candle closes on Fubo. Fubo just hanging on by a thread here. It doesn't look like there's a ton of people selling this move still. We'll see. We're just slightly hanging on over trend. Trend is at $40.09. Adding a little bit long on this dip here. See if we can hold trend and maybe push this move back in our direction of 41. It was a very impressive hold there on that bottom. So a little comfortable being able to hold this for a move back to 41. Yeah, kind of married to good old Fubo right now. So got to get some resolution on Fubo before I can put a lot of attention on other setups or plays. There's good old Fubo. Good old Fubo coming back to 41. Question is, can we get through 41? You can see we're kind of rejecting trend on the right screen at 40.95. So the goal of the immediate move is to have FUBO over the price of 40.90 in closing. So holding 41 over 40.90 closing would be adding some comfortability to our long right now. Side of me wants to leverage up big time on this for a break of 41, but yeah, the other side of me is like, don't be a greedy son of a gun and just hold your position. I mean, you're already at 2,400 shares long, right, bud? So I don't know if it dips down and then gives me the comfortable feeling like we're for sure going to break that 41, then I'll add into it. So we'll see. Well, there's another drop. Well, maybe it's just not the play. All right, so closed out Fubo, ended up losing 2,200 bucks. So basically, lost $1 per share on that move. So the issue with that was I basically went long right at the top of resistance on a market order, trying to get it to break, and I helped break the 41 move. But yeah, just pretty straightforward. Was enough momentum to get us fully to run through 41. Kept holding resistance there. So no play. And missed a couple good plays. I'm trying to get that one to work. LOAC. Adding short here on BTBT in 2,000 into 4,000 shares short in BTBT. So still holding, yeah, still in 4,600 shares short BTBT here. Thank you for the mention there. Yeah, BWEN, haven't seen it yet. That is interesting. Yeah. So I might have to do a play on BWEN as well. It would be nice if it went a little higher, though, to 857 or so. Looks like short trade might work here. Let's see. We're looking for. It'd be nice to get a full breakdown below 760 on BTBT here. Yeah, looks like we got some sellers coming in. There it goes. It'd be nice to see a target of maybe 730 on BTBT. Covered majority of my shares on BTBT, pretty much all out of that trade. Just have 400 shares short. I think this is the intraday bounce level for NEO. I'm going to take 2,000 shares long NEO here. So added 2,000. I'm not in on the absolute low where we'd like to be, but we did hit our low risk level and started to bounce. So we are going to try to do a little bounce move here. We're on a low risk half standard deviation trend, which could definitely provide us with a little intraday bounce. So we'll see if it pans out. Half standard deviations aren't typically the strongest support system, but I figure there'd be a little bounce here. I'm up to 4,000 long on NEO here. Target of 45.32 maybe here. So far, we're just kind of sitting in this bottom area. I mean, we bounced, but we're not holding the way we would need. So this kind of makes me think this half standard deviation system ain't gonna hold. There it goes. So there's a break to the low. What are you gonna do? Back red on the day. Well, might as well let it run to 3 deviations and reclaim a bounce move. So we'll see. I'm gonna now let this go down to 44.65. So we initially failed kind of the half standard deviation level. Snap down again. My question is, are we just going to hold here at 44.60s on this low near the 3 standard deviation level? So there's 3 standard deviations. I'm going to add some long here and see if we hold this 3 standard deviation. So taking a big play here. Let's see if we hold 3 standard deviation, and even a small bounce would be fine. And then I'll just take the remainder of this trade off. So it's a big boy trade. So this way, if we do kind of pop up a little bit, even a slight jump would put me back in the green. But if it fails, then yeah, it would be a big loss. Well, yeah, big loss, not easy. So still adding long into this dip, up to 7,900 long on NEO. Still adding in because we're below 3 deviations, but I guess if this is really meant to be a big sell-off day, then I'm on the wrong side of the move. So the average on NEO is 44.87, which is pretty much, it's pretty much all the way back up where we started trading in the first place. So probably won't reverse this to a green trade, but might be able to minimize the loss a little bit. Wow, the selling pressure is still very significant down here. Well, I don't think this is going to be the one, guys. All right, so I'm just going to take my loss. So that's the biggest loss I've had. Well, I mean, yeah, a while. So down $5,000 in the day, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess I should have trusted myself on the half standard deviation. No, it's not the strongest bounce level, but you know, it is what it is. You're still in a low risk long section on NEO. I just obviously timed it wrong. Oh, let's see. 44 is 44. I could have, I'm looking at, oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, so I was looking at that completely, well, not completely wrong, but no, we are back on a bounce level with NEO there. So maybe I will redo a long here. So let's see, we're right on the regression trend on the 4-hour chart. Tons of selling pressure still. But yeah, something tells me maybe we should. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm going re-long here. I'm back in full size again. I'm going to do this. We're going to, I mean, it's already a loss day. We are on the regression trend. We snapped through it briefly and we're way oversold. So theoretically, this is a low risk long. So I'm going to trust it. If I get smoked today, I get smoked today. It is what it is. Halts are usually about 5 minutes. That's usually how long a halt lasts. Wow. This is an impressive day for Neo. Ooh, accidental click there. Didn't really want to do that. But hey, maybe it's 100 shares. It'll work. So starting to see kind of the squeeze feel here from Neo. Average is 44. So anything over 44 on Neo with the trade I have going on would be back in the green. So Neo kind of back into a bounce move. In this situation, might look for a target back up to 44.29. That would essentially be the goal of this current move on the intraday play. I'm back at the break-even price for me. So I'm going to do a little trading here on Thinkorswim. Going to add in some long on the dip with my TOS account. So TTM squeeze starting to go a little yellow there. So that indicator indicates a squeeze. So I think we're on to the right move now. Definitely timed it all wrong earlier for sure. And I made the mistake of not looking at the 4-hour chart too. That would have helped originally. Yeah, not the easiest trader, that's for sure. I mean, we're still primarily on buying volume in this dip, so I think we're good to still trend up a little bit. We almost reached the first price target on the right, but I do think we're going to break through that target of 44.20 and move up towards 44.40. So just made it to our first kind of trending target here at 44.15, seeing a little bit of selling action coming off of it. And again, the goal would really be at least to get us up to 44.30s area. A lot of lower wicks on these candles. So if you kind of see, I mean, it's so far NEO has been kind of stair-stepping up. Primarily all green candles in this dip with a lot of lower wicks. So it does suggest that people are coming in and buying the bottom of those candles pretty good. Nope, we closed out HYLN. That was announced earlier today on the stream. I just hadn't yet updated it on the Discord platform. So there goes to our target. So we should see a little pullback here, but the buying has been so aggressively strong. I was going to try and get us to move through the first target of 44.32. Yeah, ACY, very interesting squeeze. So there's that sell-off candle right off the first target. And I didn't want to take there because I thought we'd be able to get us over that 44 or 44.30, excuse me. Yeah, that's an aggressive pullback. This might just be the day where the bounce move I'm looking for just really doesn't work. Well, we did hit our first target, but wanted to try to get it through. So the only way to get through this would be to at least hold through a pullback. Added a little bit more long on Thinkorswim, now in 400 shares long with Thinkorswim. Still have that full position size on NIA or on Lightspeed, excuse me. Yeah, so the goal now is to get, again, prices up through 44.27 through 44.27 could lead to our next kind of bullish leg to the upside. So right now, that's essentially the goal of NEO. There we're testing that 44.20's price, still can't get through successfully. Here goes the break of the 44. Now we would look for the market to go back to 44.70. Well, 44.79 might be a little bit of a challenge, but we would like to see a target of 44.70s now. And this is where I would say that a lot of the market feels that the bounce is now bullish on NEO. So hopefully those longs can keep pressing us up. ACY still squeezing very strong. Just want to get through this NEO trade so that way I can start focusing my attention on other sides of the market. Beautiful move. Starting to close a little bit here on NEO. Pretty much all out of NEO. So close the NEO there, all out. So definitely timed it all wrong to start. Still think it could go a little higher, but would have been nice to have. See, the issue with that initial trade was that I didn't check the 4-hour chart. If I would have checked the 4-hour chart, I probably would have said, oh, you know what, we should just wait until basically the price is of 44. So did my analysis wrong on that to start. So down 1,400 now. So definitely been a wild day back and forth. Maybe I'm a little antsy to trading since we had so many days off. But we reversed a pretty big loss now just to, 1,400 on the day. Hopefully some of you guys caught that bounce and actually made money on that one. Just kind of squeezed out of nowhere. No news. It's running into daily chart resistance right now, 2 standard deviation resistance. So I'm wondering if we will successfully hold the resistance points on FPay here. Now, stocks have been running with some crazy momentum here, so I feel like this is just kind of some sympathy to what's been moving. Nope, still trading. Today is Monday, so yeah, we would have mentoring at 11:30. So in about another 40 minutes, so we're getting ready to kind of hop off here in a sec and then take a little break and then catch everybody back and just a little bit for mentoring. I mean, FPay is dropping out, but they're not making it easy to get filled without popping the stock a little bit. RHE still in the scanner. I feel like it might be halted right now. I'm not actually looking, but so it took a small loss. FPay, it's just not. I mean, they're just not letting this break down right now. So I just covered, and now we're going to squeeze a little bit maybe. So next target on FPay, if it squeezes up, you'd look to be short bias, probably off of 285. If it goes to 285, then I will just be re-short on FPay. So re-added short back into FPay, now 4,000 shares short. Again, willing to short up to 285. So in 5,000 short FPay, like I said, I'd like to see it maybe as high as the 285 mark. So in 9,000 here short on FPay. Now in 15,000 off this 288, 285 price, or 286 price, excuse me. Typically this is where we would see it, sell off after tagging 286. Maybe there's just some weird FOMO in the market that's running everything right now. Because generally we'd already start selling off here on FPay. Right on, 285. That's general resistance, but somehow someone's holding the market up there. Yeah. Interesting. So adding more to FPay here, short bias. We squeezed up, and it seems like a lot of selling came in there. So a really big position. Again, if we do what we're supposed to do, we should reject here and start to break down a bit. Who is bidding this up? I see them. Okay, there's FPay starting to go down. Still got full size of 16,800 shares short. So kind of need a good decrease here so I can cover into. If I start to cover too soon, then I could affect the stock. Like, did you just see that candle, how that candle kind of squeezed up? So I need to let it kind of decrease enough to the point where people start to maybe panic a little bit and sell their positions on the long side. And then that would allow us some room to essentially cover into. But so far, it's holding up well. Wow, ACY 31. That's just insane. I'm not even looking at it. Just focused on this trade over here, which clearly is still being a pain. Wow, that is just insane with ACY. The funny thing is on YouTube, I'm like, this thing's garbage. It's trash. And there it goes, all the way to 31. I'm the idiot. I mean, all I gotta say is it's going crazy. You gotta take your money at some point. You guys know how these things do. They're gonna crash big time, which might be a trade for us. If it does one of those really big crashes, then we might look to be long that off one of those big crashes, right? Dips really hard by the bottom of it. Yeah, they might. Yeah, it looks like FPay is going to try to squeeze here. Typically, we would already go down. So I might have to accept another big loss on this. Yeah, here we go. That's unfortunate. A no news runner into resistance wants to keep going. I've been able to nail these recently with almost no problem, but today is a different day. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely sell some to lock in some money if you're long. C, what's the ACY? Yeah, that definitely makes sense to lock in some money there. So, I mean, that new high that FPay put in was a bearish divergence on RSI. So I want to see if this pullback would be the one finally brings us down. ACY, I've seen it hitting the scanner again there. Yeah, I guess FPay is just not doing what I needed to do. So it started covering on FPay on the short, just accepted my loss. All right, so another trade just not working. I'm wondering, and it's weird because, well, not weird. I mean, this is what it is. Normally, we would have fallen into a short trade there. So I don't know. It's almost like everyone's just gung ho today, and FOMO's in the market buying things alongside. Shorts just not working well today. So basically, I went from back to six K rep. So try to hit a big one and still no bueno. So today's a big red day, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, it's okay. I've been trading really well lately, but today, none of the plays that I really try to do, or I just did a little wrong. So, anyways, I'm going to hop off. I'll catch everybody back here soon, and I will see everybody in a little bit. All right. I'll catch everybody back here at 11:30.